Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part 11th video in mastering Hyper-V on Windows Server. So in this video we are going to see how we can do the planned failover in Hyper-V for virtual machines. So in last two videos we have created a replication and extended replication for our virtual machine, which is VM01 in our environment. And now in this video we are going to see how we can take advantage of VMware replication to make sure our virtual machine is always up and has a high availability configured and available for our production environment. So in this demo I am considering my Hyper-V host 1 and Hyper-V host 2 is running in same data center, uh, and we are considering our Hyper-V 3 is in extended location, which is our data center 2. So first we are going to test our failover between same data center, where we are going to do a failover from for Hyper-V host 1 to Hyper-V host 2, and then we are going to do a failover from Hyper-V host 2 to Hyper-V host 3. So this is our environment which we are considering. In your environment also, if you have a production environment where you have configured VMware replication, you can follow the same steps to configure a VMware replication and extended replication for high availability, and then you can test the environment basically. And it is always recommended to test your planned failover in your environment quarterly or week or monthly, you can say. So whenever you have a situation where you need a planned or unplanned failover, you can go ahead and do the failover. So a planned failover, something, let's say your Hyper-V host having maintenance or patching activity or anything which requires some downtime, let's say hardware failure or anything which requires some downtime, you can always do a planned failover for your workload or VMs from one host to another host in a same data center, and then you can perform the maintenance activity on your Hyper-V host, and once you are done you can revert back your virtual machine to the primary location. So we'll see in action. So in my demo environment I'm using the same lab environment which we are using from last 2-3 videos. So I got 2 my domain controllers and 3 Hyper-V host, and VM01 is running on Hyper-V host 1. So let's see here. So these are my 3 Hyper-V hosts: Hyper-V1, Hyper-V2, Hyper-V3. And if I show you, so in last video we have already configured replication for VM01. So this is what I was talking about. So if you go in replication, you will see planned failover, and this will only come on your primary host. If you go on view replication health, you will see this only on primary host. So if I go and click this go to replication on my secondary host, you will not see this, because a failover, you will not see planned failover, because planned is something which you can only trigger from your primary host. So in our case, if you go here, you will see our current primary server is 01. And one more thing, if I go and on my extended replica server 3, and if I go and view the replication health, you will see for this primary host is 02, but you will not see that option even on primary, since if you see this is 02 is primary, but you will not see that. So because it is configured through extended replica. So now I'll go ahead and do the failover, planned failover. So go to your primary host and select the virtual machine which you want to do a planned failover, and click on planned failover. So if you see here, the very first check which require your virtual machine to be turned off. So definitely if you want to do a planned failover, you should go and turn off your machine. And if I click here, you will see this option, the virtual machine is not shut down or turned off. So I'll go ahead and shut down the virtual machine gracefully. So now my virtual machine is turned off. Now if I go here and click planned failover, there are two options. So you will see here check the virtual machine and action. In action, what is going to do, send data first that has been not replicated. So if you have delta replication configured 15 minute, and if you are doing a planned failover, let's say your delta replication 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away, it will go ahead and replicate your machine before the failover. So data replication, and then failover to replica server, and then start the virtual machine. So I'll go ahead and click failover. So you will see all three steps is completed successfully. Now if I go here, you will see my virtual machine is booted here. So while this booted, you will see here one checkpoint is also created when we triggered the replication failover, planned failover basically. So you will see here my machine is powered on basically, and post the replication and failover. So this is good. Now if I go here, you will see, you will not see option to basically planned failover, because this virtual machine is already running on planned failover. So you will see here cancel planned failover. So let's say you have done your activity on Hyper-V host and you want your virtual machine to come back on the primary host, then you can do that. So if you go here in view replication health, you will still see primary host is 01, and replica is primary 02. So you can always do this, but I don't recommend this to be done on production environment, because let's say if you have some data which is coming from client or database server or anything which has updated on your primary server VM, and if you cancel this failover, it will not go. So right way, as per what I recommend, you go always under the secondary host. Now if you see here replication health, you will still see primary host is 01, but you will see a warning because the replication is not reverse replication is not happening. So first thing, you go here and do the reverse replication. So once you click here reverse replication, you will see the reverse replication is going to happen from host 2 to host 1. So just configure this and click on finish, and now you will see here your replication is configured now. So everything seems good. So this is what you should run for few minutes and few hours post doing the maintenance on Hyper-V host, and make sure you are running um, fine with your application or database or anything which is running on your virtual machines. And make sure, I also recommend test few always run let's say if you have a two data center same in the same data center, you had two Hyper-V hosts. I always recommend to switch your production workload from one host to another host for a certain time. Let's say every month you can do this type of activity where you can transfer your workload from data Hyper-V 1 to Hyper-V 2 to make sure your Hyper-V 2 is good and healthy and you don't have any issue. So let's say if you are planning any planned failover, you will know before, like my Hyper-V host 2 is also fine to capable to run my infrastructure. So this is what I recommend. So now everything is good. Now if I want to do a extended failover from my data center 1 to data center 2, I'll go ahead, and here you will see planned failover. It will only give it will go back to your Hyper-V host, but I want to do extended replication failover. So I'll go ahead, and here you will see option failover. So if you want to do basically a planned failover from Hyper-V host to Hyper-V host 3, you will not have this option as a planned failover, because this is the replication is configured between host 1 to host 2. However, you have configured your third replication, extended replication, but you will not be able to do your planned failover here. So if I show you, let's say failover, so what it will do. So in my scenario, so you will not able to do this planned failover on Hyper-V host 3, which is in other data center. So how you will do that? So let's say if you go here you will go and shut down your primary virtual machine which is running on host 2, and now this Hyper-V host 2 is working as a primary replica server uh, for host 1 and host 3 both. So I'll show you. So if you go here and view replication, you will see primary server is host 2, and if you come here also you will see primary server is host 2. So this is good. Now I'll go ahead and do the failover here, and whatever recovery point we have, I'll go ahead and do the failover. So now you will see here virtual machine is powered on. So this is good. Now you have multiple option here. So like you can cancel the failover to move this virtual machine back to host 2. So I'll go ahead and do that also. So just wait for some time to get this machine boot up. So post that we will see we will cancel the failover to move back this virtual machine to Hyper-V host 2. So here it is. So the machine is up. Now I'll go ahead and click on replication and cancel failover. Also you will have option to reverse the replication, so you can go ahead and do that also. So I'll go ahead and reverse the replication first. As I said, it is always recommended to reverse your replication before you go ahead and do the failover. So just go ahead and finish that. So what you need to do, if I click on finish, you will see option here. Hyper-V is not in a state to accept the replication server using VM name this, because you have already replication configured between Hyper-V host and Hyper-V host 2. So you need to make sure your old replication is broken. So I'll go here and remove replication first. So now this does not have replication, and your machine is still available on Hyper-V host 1. You will see here, and if I refresh this, but if you go on Hyper-V 2, you will not see replication option anymore. And if you see here, you will see these options. So I'll go ahead and cancel failover now. So now I'll go ahead and do the replication failover. So basically pause the replication or remove replication. So I'll go ahead and remove the replication. So this is now my primary host where everything is updated. So I'll go ahead and enable replication, and I'll go ahead and replicate directly to Hyper-V host 1 and Hyper-V host 2, whatever. So in my case, I'm going to replicate it to Hyper-V host 1 as a primary host. So click OK, OK, next, and leave everything default. And basically because it's saying your virtual machine is already there, so I'll go ahead and delete these virtual machine. So delete, and now I'll go ahead and click on finish. So you'll see the replication changes has started. So you can always do a planned failover and cancel planned failover to have your virtual machine move from one host to another host. So in same data center, it is very easy. You can go perform a planned failover and then reverse the replication and get your machine up and running in the same data center. But while you do the third extended replication failover, you need to make sure you always do a reverse replication by deleting all the existing replication entries. Go ahead and create a brand new replication from your extended replication partner to your primary data center, one of the host, and then you bring your infrastructure up and running. So so same data center, no need to worry, just perform a failover and bring your infrastructure up and reverse the replication. And second data center, when you are performing, you need to make sure you have always have a extended copy ready, so replicated to your primary data center basically. So we'll see just one in some time. So I'll bring everything in as a existing this thing. So this is good now. This is replicated, and now I'll go ahead and here you will see this option on a primary host. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to perform a failover here, or you can say I'll go ahead and remove this machine from replication, and now I have a fresh copy of my virtual machine 01 on VM Hyper-V host 1, and I'll go ahead and delete this one also. So I'm good. Now I have single copy, which is most recent copy on Hyper-V host 1. So I'll go ahead and basically remove this also from replication, and then I'm all set to create a new replication. So I'll go ahead and just create my first replication, which is normal replication from Hyper-V host 1 to Hyper-V host 2, and 30 seconds, which is my initial, and now it's getting replicated. And once this is done, I'll go ahead and create my extended replication to Hyper-V host 3 from Hyper-V host 2. So just wait for get this finished, and then we'll go ahead and configure that also. Playing around with Hyper-V replication failover, you need to make sure and be very careful. You should have always your latest machine up and running with your data which is most recent updated. So just wait for some time. Almost 50% completed. So done. Now you can go ahead and create a extended replication. So I'll go ahead and create my extended replication as per my original state. So done. Just click next and finish. So now I'm back to my original state. So it is always recommended whenever you do a planned failover or unplanned failover, make sure you always go on your first stage where you want to run your primary workload. So this is how you can do a planned failover and play around with your planned failover. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.